night, waking up. Like, I don't know how people do that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like used to do that, and I don't know how I did it. I almost kind of, I don't know. I don't know if I do want to get back to that when things go back to normal. I think I'm seeing the value in having a balance.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately,
I think the bottom line is that this pandemic just aged us all a whole bunch of years, and then just been a year that felt like 10 years, and here we are.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I'm finding like none of the projects that I was working on got released in 2020, which is super frustrating when I see my PRS statements. PRS is our collection society, but now like this year so far, it's been like tons of releases just in the first 4 months, and I feel like people have been sitting on stuff, kind of waiting for things to get moving again.
Totally. I'm feeling that now. Totally. I had like, ups and downs. I had like really long downs in 2020, and like I guess even the beginning of 2021. But now things are kind of like, now that things are on the up and up, people just want to release music. Like,
yeah, which is good. And it feels like momentum is picking back up again, so that is positive for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have mixing engineers or mastering engineers that you work with on a regular basis that you send your projects out to?
Yeah, so I have a couple of go-to mix engineers that are my kind of preferred people to mix with. So I always feel like I need to justify this, but my partner is also a producer, writer, but also mix engineer, and he's amazing. He's a really great mix engineer, and he's kind of like my preferred mix person. But whenever I suggest him to people, I want to be like, I'm not biased. He's actually really good.
Amazing.
But he's called Sam Kramer, and so a lot of the time, like I think it's, if you're not someone that mixes, it's good to be able to offer options to people. So he is one of the people that I suggest for mixing, as well as someone called Lewis Chapman, who's also really great. So those are the people that I kind of try and encourage people to go to if they have budget for mixing, and also they're kind of at different price points, so I can offer people different options depending on what the budget is. And then mastering, I think you've had Katie Davini on this podcast previously. She's brilliant. I know her through Red Bull actually as well. So yeah, she's absolutely killing it.
Amazing. Yeah. So this is a question that I ask everybody on the show. When you kind of we're getting started in this journey, I know you got like a late start to it, but was there something that you did or maybe did not do that you'd want to impart on the listener, when they're getting started with their journey? This was like an important thing that I either got right or I missed.
For me, and I'm sure this is true of a lot of creatives as well, like my biggest battle is with my own confidence. And I think I just wish I'd had the confidence to do the things that I'm doing now earlier, and the kind of self-belief to be able to say, I am a producer, I am a songwriter, and kind of this is what I do, and I'm great at it, and you should work with me. Like that kind of attitude, like almost bordering on arrogance, is something that I have lacked for most of my career. But I think really like pushing yourself to be assertive and to put yourselves in situations that are out of your comfort zone, or approaching people that you feel uncomfortable approaching. There's probably a reason that you don't want to approach them, and it's because it's scary, like asking for opportunities. But I think like you have to just hammer down doors and kind of don't be afraid of being annoying. So I think that would really be my main advice to someone starting out, is just like really kind of seek out those opportunities. But also it's good to take time to work on your craft. I mean, it's that thing where, you have to have the right amount of experience and the right opportunity at the right time. And I feel like you just got to keep working on keeping us like bettering yourself, but also don't put off an opportunity because you don't feel like you're good enough. Like just put yourself in the room, and
you gotta like take chances and be persistent at the same time.
And I think it's always, I always kind of think this when I do like a writing camp or something, like they're always super high pressure and you have to deliver like a track at the end of the session. And it's amazing what you can pull out of yourself when you're way out of your comfort zone. And so I think
love that.
Just make sure that you're never ever in your comfort zone, basically, because I think I kind of sat in my comfort zone at the start of my career because I didn't have that confidence to kind of put myself in places that pushed me.
Yeah, that resonates with me for sure. And yeah, thanks for sharing that. That's really good. It's a great takeaway. I wanted to ask you also on like the artist side, what do you see artists doing as, at the beginning of their careers, like that you think is a big mistake? Something that, I don't know. What are artists not doing right that, would help them get better and be, and maybe find success as an artist?
Yeah. I mean, I think the song is always the most important thing to me. And so I think that needs to be the priority, is finding the songs that connect, but also it's never too early to start building your fan base and like finding your kind of tribe of people that are in love with what you do. And I think social media is like a curse and a blessing, because it's like such a difficult thing to be on in terms of like comparing yourself to other people, but it can be such a great tool to find your fans. And like I haven't joined TikTok yet, but I see people kind of putting out unfinished songs onto TikTok and seeing how people react and connect, and that's such a great like feedback tool, and also a great way to find fans. And I think the artists that kind of jump on that and take advantage of that and build their fan base, so they're not just releasing stuff to nobody. Like, it doesn't matter if you only have like 2 or 3 people that are in love with your music. You need to make those people your best friends and turn them into like these super fans. And yeah, so I think the artists that I see doing that are doing it right. And that's kind of what I look for as well when I start working with people, is like, do they already have a fan base that are actually gonna rinse these songs when we release them? Yeah, I
totally hear that. That's awesome. Wow, Sophie, what a blast to chat with you. Thanks for taking the time to do this. How could the audience find you on the internet?
So my main online hangout is Instagram. I'm Sounds Like Soph. So feel free to follow me on there and shoot me a message. And yeah, and there's my website if it's more formal, but Instagram is kind of like...
Yeah, well, I'll put a link to all those stuff, but it's good. I guess it's good to like pitch one spot for people to go to. So.
Yeah, the other ones I don't check so much. So
Instagram's where it's at. Okay, I'm there also. That seems to be where the millennials are.
Speaking of comfort zones, yeah, that's where I feel safe. TikTok is very scary.
Oh my God. Well, I'll tell you after the interview about TikTok, but I'm still overwhelmed by it.
I totally agree.
Totally. Sophie, thank you so much. Thanks for your time and your wisdom, and have a great one.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Take care.
All right.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Secret Sonics. I hope you enjoyed my conversation with Sophie as much as I did. If you enjoyed this episode or any of our other episodes, I'd super appreciate it if you would go to Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and review. It really helps the show. And if you could share this episode or your favorite episode with a friend or two, that would also really help the show move forward. In addition to that, you can find us on social media. Just search for Secret Sonics. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. And you can email me at secretsonics@gmail.com if you have any comments, feedback, guests you might want to recommend, anything like that. So that's about it for now. Until next time, I hope you guys have a great week. Stay safe out there and dig in. Bye-bye.